hitting that side of the racecourse that hit the Theatre of the Horse about 30 seconds ago. And it's very, very windy here. Well, she's out to her best all week. Now she's $1.24 Winx, so $1.12 out to $1.24. Kementari sits there on the second line of betting as a $6 chance. D'Argento, the only other runner under $41, D'Argento, and he's at $19, and he's in only slightly throughout the day there. Unforgotten on the next line of betting at 41, Ace High at 51. Probably the two horses on pace, Cabeza de Vaca, Oriental Runner, 101 each of two. Religify's 101. Invictus, LeBron at 151. Classic Uniform and Invictus Prince at $201. Don't forget there is a Winx out market available at tab.com.au. Huey out of the saddle now. He's just adjusting the saddle. Evidently wasn't happy with the saddle there on the way to the barriers. He's taken the surcingle off, and the girth is going to come off. So there is going to be an adjustment to the saddle here on the Great Mare, and Huey is taking the saddle off to replace it behind the barrier. 124 Winx, $6 Kementari. D'Argento into $17. Well, Greg, if you're not nervous enough, now Huey back on. I don't know. Could she have had an extra girth strap or surcingle or something on there?
I'm not sure. We were just coming out of the tunnel, so we couldn't see the vision that you saw, but obviously everything's okay now. Bowman is back on board. The conditions here, they're very hard to describe. There looks like there's a mist drifting across the course. There seems to be a spit of rain now starting to fall, but this wind is just swirling around and making conditions a little bit difficult for these horses out there. Bernadette is near the gates. It's very bad down here near the grandstand. We might be protected somewhat. What's it like at the back of the racecourse, Bernadette?
Greg, it's absolutely extraordinary. I don't know that I've ever been on a track under these sorts of conditions. The wind is horrendous. You're right, there are drops of rain now. Fortunately, it sort of comes in gusts. The mist, I think, was more the sand coming off the sand track. We absolutely got sand blasted, so absolutely hectic conditions, and these guys are really going to do it tough.
Trying to see some flags to see where the wind is actually coming from, but 1 minute it seems like it's westerly and then it's easterly, and it's just swirling around this famous racecourse. Winx is trying to go past Black Caviar as far as the streak is concerned. It is Black Caviar's birthday today, and she sits at 25 in a row like this champion mare. What are we in for? It is the Winx Stakes, and here's Darren Flindell.
Forward, and Libran is the last to move in, so stand by for action. She's $1.24 today, Winx. The light is on, and we're all set. Stand by for a start. Here we go in the Winx Stakes, and they're off and racing. Well, she's only jumped out fairly. Winx is going to settle in the second half of the field, and Cabeza de Vaca jump well with Religify, and Oriental Runner is speeding forward, taking the lead. Then Classic Uniform, Invictus Prince, Kementari's one off the fence, D'Argento course 3 deep. Now Winx is in a trailing position. She's 2 behind Kementari early stages. Further back to Unforgotten, Ace High, and the stale Libran is last. Oriental Runner, the long odds leader of the field, with Cabeza de Vaca a neck away in second. Then Religify and Classic Uniform. D'Argento goes to 5th on the outside of Invictus Prince. Then Kementari and Winx, they're racing together. Nothing between the pair, with Winx on the outside of Kementari taking closer order. Then Unforgotten, Ace High, and Libran is last. They're going quick up front. Oriental Runner and Cabeza de Vaca in the very windy conditions. From Religify, Classic Uniform, D'Argento, and here they come, getting to the outside, Winx and Kementari, and Kementari's trying to stick with her, although she dropped him now. Cabeza de Vaca takes the lead, 200 metres to run, but here she comes, Winx right down the outside, powering away from them, Invictus Prince, D'Argento and Kementari, but how soft for Winx. There's 20 6 in a row for the champ. Wins the race named in her honour. Beats Invictus Prince D'Argento Kementari. Then Unforgotten. Cabeza de Vaca Religified Libran Classic Uniform Ace High. And Oriental Runner was only beaten a few lengths in last position.
It might be happy birthday, Black Caviar. Winx has gone past you. 26 in a row. And once again at the top of the straight, she looked a tad vulnerable, but never ever doubt a champion. Debbie Capitas, tears of joy yet again. And Duff, I don't know whether I've heard a crowd roar for her like they did today.
No, it's geez, it's not good for your health watching her first up. I can tell you that much. It was the way the weather come before the race, what happened in the run there, and the top of the straight, we're all very, very nervous again. But she's Winx. She's in the worst part of the track on the day, but class prevailed. What about Invictus Prince? Where'd that run come from? But he's up the fast lane, up the inside there, running second. And look, the D'Argento was terrific first up there. Kementari, he just wasn't up to the class of the champion mare.
OK, Bernie is alongside Hugh Bowman.
Oh, Huey, I don't know where to start. That's 26, that's history, and that's beautiful.
Amazing, Bernie. It's a while since she's run over this distance, and I'll be off. It's not as comfortable riding her because it's just a bit short of a best distance. And Glenn and I came in the corner together, and I thought we're just gonna. I must admit, I felt I was near my top. She's just struggling at the pace of this distance, and I thought we're going to go together. He's going to help me get to top gear, but when she balanced up and saw the winning post, this horse is. I mean, what can I say? I mean, she's just incredible. And
Winx Mania here today. Like, when do you start hearing them?
Well, you see the crowd building from the start, and lots of children here, and that's what I love the most. You know, parents are bringing their kids out to see a horse that. Of a calibre that we may never see again, and they only come along once in a generation. And look, she's such a special athlete, and I'm lost for words. I'm so proud of her.
We've never seen you get off on the way the barriers. What was that?
I just put a new surf single on. I try and use the same gear on it, but because it's been in the cupboard a while, I think it might have deteriorated. So yeah, I just put a new surf single on it so that to make sure everything is right.
Well, it's Winx Mania back there, so go and enjoy, Hugh.
Thank you.
OK, we're just waiting for Chris Waller to come over. Peter Ty, part owner, on the top of the straight. At the top of the straight. How was Peter Ty feeling?
Oh, Greg, the world stopped for me for a moment. My heart stopped. You know, you come and you doubt her a little bit, and she does that, mate. I don't know how to explain it. You know, I love horse racing. I go anywhere for a horse race, but when you own a horse like her, it's just like we're standing in a different place looking at someone else's horse. So I've never felt like that as I have today. And I've said earlier that, you know, the benchmarks have been set. She's got the benchmarks and she's set her own. So it's, well, you know, the challenge is